Are you a fan of The Addams Family? This television classic is a comedy following a family full of Halloween-style characters, including a sentient disembodied hand, vampires, and the classic character of the brooding Wednesday Addams. Wednesday is a favorite of the horror/comedy genre and boasts thousands of Halloween costumes each year, partly of course due to pandemic popularity, a phenomenon that we've seen running rampant in the past few years. Any character boasting apathy, woe, or dread seems to have stuck into the American collective psyche since 2020. Her popularity and her family's popularity became so iconic that the 1991 original series has been remade by none other than Tim Burton. Burton has decided to title his new take Wednesday. Wednesday is Addams' eldest child and remains one of the most popular characters from the original series. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, this character became a favorite style icon for the gothic and grunge communities. Her witty banter, combined with her dreary, dark style, was immensely successful. Were you a fan of this character in the 90s? If not, perhaps you will be a fan of Jenna Ortega's take on this classic character. Have you seen the Tim Burton remake on Netflix yet? If not, beware. Spoilers ahead for Season 1 and what we believe Season 2 will bring. If you haven't seen the show and still want to enjoy it without spoilers, please click off this video now. We will see you in the next one.
Look at you, my little death trap. Seeing you in this uniform brings back so many terrible memories, doesn't it, Tish?
Tim Burton has taken this famous family to the next level. While the original was mostly a simple sitcom, putting characters into wacky circumstances, the remake boasts a more comprehensive plot, complete with murder mystery and superpowers. Wednesday, in the first season, develops her supernatural abilities, seemingly psychic in nature, and puts on her detective hat to prevent a spree of murders in her small town. It's not all blood and gore. She also makes friends along the way and learns who may not be true friends. The series is perfect for young people who enjoy this aesthetic and fans of the original series alike. If somehow you're still here and haven't seen it, we cannot recommend it enough.
Howdy, Pilgrim.
How canst thy heart still beat? What demons?
Fans are already clamoring for Season 2, as the exciting series was released in its entirety a few weeks ago, and most viewers have binged it in one sitting, according to analytics. If you are a fan and wondering where the story will go next, fear not. We will be delving into our theories here today, along with some good old trivia about our new favorite Scream Queen, Jenna Ortega, star of the show. If you binged the series over Thanksgiving break and you're dying for more, keep watching. When asked about a second season, Alfred Goff said this: "Screenwriter Miles Miller and I are talking amongst ourselves about it. There's definitely more that you can explore in the world of the Addamses." Miller and Goff have even suggested that they may or may not have sketched out not just a second, but a third and fourth season as well. Miller has spoken publicly as well, quoted as saying, "For us, it's always looking at the future, and when we sit down to create a show, it's looking at multiple seasons. Ideally, we have a pretty clear runway of what we want to do in future seasons." While Jenna Ortega has said that she is unaware of the show's future, this seems to be enough confirmation that future seasons will at least be considered. After all, Season 1 did end on a cliffhanger. No one likes to see an unresolved cliffhanger.
Wednesday is certainly a unique name. I'm guessing it was the day of the week you were born.
I was born on Friday the 13th.
Other stars of the show, including Fred Armisen and Gwendolyn Christie, have both expressed excitement about continuing the smash hit. We should remember, however, that the first season was released just weeks ago, and a second season will no doubt take quite a lot of time to write and produce. It does seem to be in everyone's best interest to continue. Netflix boasted record numbers of 341 million hours viewed just during the first week of the show's release. Surely, if the fans are this ravenous and the show brought in so much success, Netflix will greenlight more seasons, right? Burton has made an instant classic by using a simple, familiar structure while bringing a beloved classic into a whole new light and giving far more agency to the titular character of Wednesday. Ortega herself has described her character as an anti-hero and hopes that with a second season, her character will be able to grow even darker. Ortega is on board for the typical hero storyline of saving the school Wednesday attends, but she hopes that Wednesday's true personality will continue to grow. We think she has the right idea and is thrilled that Burton chose her for this role. There really doesn't seem to be another actor who could bring the same lovable energy and delicious darkness as Jenna Ortega. Well done, sir. Well done. On this note, we want to bring to light just one more sentiment from Miles Miller, the showrunner. We felt like we just touched the surface with those characters, and the actors are so amazing in those roles. Catherine Zeta-Jones is, I think, an iconic Morticia. The relationship between Wednesday and Morticia is also essential to the show, and the idea that Wednesday is trying to forge her own path outside the family is important. It certainly seems that everyone who has worked on this show agrees about the tone, the writing, and the character development. It seems like the perfect ground for more. While we do not have much more to go on to speculate about more seasons, we can satisfy our Wednesday fix by sharing some trivia about our leading lady, Jenna Ortega. Keep watching to hear more about her career, passions, and classic speculation about her future in acting. Did you know that the scenes that feature Ortega's character playing the cello were authentic? Maybe if you are a musician or have done your homework, you'll already realize this. But did you know that Ortega learned how to play this instrument just for the show? Talk about dedication. Also, a fun way to learn a new skill. The music in the show, including its string-heavy theme song, have always been exceptionally important to the mood of the show. Even the original series made a point to have Wednesday playing dreary, depressing songs on her cello. It was only common sense to ask Jenna to continue this tradition. She has even decided to continue practicing, having grown affection for the instrument. How cool is that? While you may recognize Jenna from Scream 5, X, and The Babysitter Killer Queen, did you know that she actually began her acting career far before these projects at just 12 years old? That's right, Ms. Ortega was featured in the CW show Jane the Virgin as a younger version of Jane, the protagonist. As it turned out, Jenna was able to work with and play the same character as a beloved actor she looked up to, Gina Rodriguez, the star of Jane the Virgin. This turned out to be a turning point in young Jenna's career, and she cites Gina as an early and current role model. She has even stated that each time she sees Gina, she is given a life lesson from her. How sweet. Did you know about Jenna's early career? While seemingly smooth and successful from a young age, her career has not gone on without controversy. Unsurprisingly, she has had to deal with racism in this new enormous role. Jenna has spoken out against backlash on Wednesday's set due to her being a person of color, portraying a character who a white actor originally played. While most of us would agree that this is beyond ridiculous, there are certain diehard fans of the original who were upset by this. Ortega has openly praised the production for hiring her for the role, and we certainly can see that Tim Burton and the casting directors did an incredible job with picking an actor for this iconic role. And finally, the last piece of Ortega trivia we have for you today, we may see her in some more highly anticipated roles. Daredevil, a new addition to the MCU, is planning a revival called Daredevil Born Again. This won't be her first appearance in the MCU, as she did have a small role in Iron Man 3, but this will be her first major role. She is rumored to have accepted the White Tiger role in the new series. Did you know that Jenna was about to star for the second time in the MCU? Did you know she already had a role in the MCU? Many of her fans were unaware of this until the rumor mill began theorizing her new spot in this reboot. Will you be tuning in for the new Daredevil Born Again series? We certainly will be. That's all we have today, folks. Please let us know your thoughts on this new, incredibly well-done show and about Jenna herself. Did you enjoy her portrayal of Wednesday Addams? While we loved her performance and think she has the perfect skill set and background for this character, it cannot be understated how iconic this role is. Some people are bound to find some sort of flaw in her performance. Please don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.